Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chris from Soul Motorcycling. So one of the things that we like to do here at Soul is to talk to people, listen to their story, and just hear all the cool stories about how people embark on the journey of learning to ride motorcycles. So what we're getting ready to do is we're gonna go meet up with my friend Liv and go do some practice and maybe ride out to bike night tonight. For me, I've heard a lot of very inspiring stories, but to have been able to participate in Liv's motorcycle journey has been really a privilege for me, and it's been super fun to watch and hear about it. Liv came in wanting to ride. Her first attempt didn't go so well, but she didn't give up. It was a little hot, a little warm. We had a conversation, decided to spend some one-on-one time together, so we spent a couple hours, made huge breakthroughs. She came back to class, crushed the game, and now she's out riding around. And so looking forward to getting to go hang out, and hopefully you guys will find some motivation and inspiration with Liv's story, and hopefully you'll have as much fun riding with her as I do. Hey, what's up everybody? We're getting ready to go meet up with my friend Liv, put in a little practice, and ride out to bike night. Hopefully you enjoy. Hey everybody, this is Chris from Soul Motorcycling, and today I'm super excited. I get to hang out with a good friend of mine. This is Miss Liv. I think Liv's story, I've had the chance to be a part of it, and I think her story really exemplifies what the soul of motorcycling truly means, and I believe it's a very inspiring story, and I think you guys would like to hear it. So, hi Liv.
Hi.
How are you? Why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you do?
I'm Liv. I do a lot of things. I'm a jeweler, I'm a massage therapist, and I also work for a nonprofit land trust.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
What brought you into motorcycling?
That's a story.
Okay, we got time.
My partner now, she rides a Harley.
Okay.
And that is something I've always dreamed of doing my whole life. And I've always ridden on the back, even when I was young. I've been to rallies when I was a kid and a teenager and all that. And when I was 19 though, I traded in my car for a motorcycle. You know, it was like a little Honda 1100, a little. And my friend at the time was like, "You've ridden a dirt bike, you'll be fine. Drive it around the block." And I drove it around the block and I ran it into a house.
Oh no.
So that was like 31 years ago.
Yeah.
And basically have been terrified ever since. That was super traumatic.
Sure.
And I don't think that I would have ever been inspired to go back, regardless of how much I've wanted to do it, if it wasn't for my partner.
Okay. Yeah.
And so we've been talking about it, because riding on the back of her bike is just, it's not fun.
It's not the same.
It's not comfortable.
Yeah.
And it was painful. And I was like, I need my own bike.
Yeah.
But we weren't serious about me getting one. Just go into the dealership one day to go look at what might fit me.
Sure.
You know, what would be my goal? What is it that I want?
Yeah.
And I tripped, fell, credit card ran through, and I got a bike.
There you go.
And I went, fuck.
Yeah.
Now what do I do? Because I don't know how to ride, and I'm terrified of it. And it's a 1200 at that, so it's not even like this little, like, starter thing. It's a serious bike.
Yeah, you're like, send it, let's do it. Let's do it. I love it. I love it. Came in for a t-shirt and walked out with a motorcycle.
I came in for a t-shirt, walked out for a motorcycle. I swear they drugged me, just like all those little reels.
Oh, for sure, totally.
But yeah, then I signed up for class.
Yeah?
Yeah, that very same weekend.
Okay.
I signed up for class and had you.
Yes. Yes, we did.
Yes.
That's where we first met.
Yeah.
It was super cool. We got along straight away. Instantly.
Yeah.
We got good energy, that sort of thing. And if you don't mind, it's like, how'd your first day go?
Oh, it fucking sucked. It sucks so bad. Well, no, so not the entirety of it. Class was great.
Yeah.
All the information we're learning is great. When we first started off on the bikes, it wasn't too bad. I was shaking so bad.
Yeah.
Like there was a tornado storm going on and I was the sole leaf on a tree hanging on for dear life.
That's an amazing analogy.
That's how it felt.
I know that feeling.
It totally was how it felt. And it was hot. It was like that day it was 98 degrees, which means what? At least 115 on the tar, right?
Yeah, it's hot.
It's hot. And I was in my motorcycle jacket, even though it was a summer one, right?
Yep.
And I was doing okay.
Yeah, you were doing.
I was doing all right. I was even playing around with counter steering, and I was starting to feel good. And then I started getting a heat stroke, but I didn't realize it yet. Yeah. And I wiped out.
Yep.
And which messed with my head.
Sure.
And then I was like, okay, take a break, try and recover. And I recovered. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get back on the bike.
Yeah.
And I wiped out again. And then I wiped out again.
Yeah.
I just kept dropping the bike.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm not recovering from the heat stroke. And I went home that day.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if I was going to be able to get back on the bike, honestly. Like, falling that much, I felt like a failure.
Sure.
Like, hardcore. I felt like a failure.
Yeah.
I was like, and I bought this bike. Why did I do this? Like,
Sure.
I can't ride. I can't do this. I was in tears by the time I came home because it's something I want so bad.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I have a really supportive partner who was like, we're just going to put you back on it.
Yeah.
And I was devastated that I couldn't just come back the next day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I do.
So I totally get it. But
Right.
like, I was devastated, like I couldn't come back the next day. And I think, okay, so we would go to a couple parking lots and I couldn't get out of just finding the friction zone.
Yeah.
I was terrified.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
And then being on my girlfriend's bike, because my bike was too big. I was
Yeah,
like, no, I'm not even going to try with that. Like,
Yeah.
and being on her bike, I'm terrified I'm going to drop it. I'm terrified I'm just going to suck.
Yeah.
She's keep trying to tell me, just pick up your feet, just do it, just go.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't. And I scheduled a private lesson with you.
Yep.
And that changed everything.
Okay.
Having somebody who's not only just a really good teacher, but you know how to connect and be vulnerable with people.
Yeah.
And you were able to help me get out of my headspace and get out of the trauma.
You're right. I think we actually talked for about as much as we rode.
We did.
And that's so even before when we got together, I just wanted to get to know you a little bit and talk it out. And okay, cool. Hey, coach is like, he's looking out for me and that sort of stuff. And I really appreciated that conversation. You know?
Me too.
And yeah, so tell me, after we chatted for a while, I talked you down off the ledge.
Yeah.
And it was fun for me because the longer we were talking, I watched your confidence grow.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. And it was cool for me to earn your trust and be like, all right, cool, I'm ready to give it a go.
And it was so cool with each conversation too. You could see the transition just in the body as well. I was shaking the first couple.
You were a
first
wreck.
30 minutes. I was an absolute wreck. I think I even cried once because
Yeah.
I was just so terrified. All that trauma was just like reinforced in my body.
Yeah.
And you helped me get out of that. And that was like the most impactful thing and made such a huge change for me. And then I practiced all that week.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah.
And then I went back to class the next weekend.
You came back to class?
I came back to class.
And crushed it.
Yeah.
And Liv was just a completely different person, whereas before she was like, but she rolled in with some swagger, dude. Her chest was out, her chin was held high, and that sort of stuff. So it was really.
I rode my bike to class.
You did ride your bike to class?
I did.
Yeah. And you did have your permit, but she did have her permit. By
I
the
did
way.
have my permit.
So
yes,
that's cool.
I did.
Tell me about that. Tell me about riding your bike to class. Actually, getting a chance to ride your bike to class.
It was funny because I wanted to ride on the first day, and I was like, I don't know, it's going to be hot today. I don't want to be too tired to ride back home.
Yeah.
But then when we did class again, and having so much more confidence after the private lesson, I was like, I can do this.
Yes, you can.
I can do this. I'm just going to do the roads that I know I'm comfortable with, avoiding some of the off ramps that I wasn't comfortable with. But when I rode to class, man, it was just like such an accomplishment.
Yeah.
And so every little accomplishment is just, it's
baby steps, milestones.
But every little baby step changes me.
Yeah, I do.
Completely changes me.
Yeah.
And my confidence in not just writing, but just in myself general. Like,
yeah.
The whole therapy of it is a real thing.
Yeah. No, it is. And I'm like, I always tell joke, hey, I'm not your therapist. That's what you bought a motorcycle for. But that's the thing that it connects to the soul too, is that every ride that you do or that sort of stuff, when you get back from that, when you got back from that day, did you just sit and look at your bike and say like, well done, good job, way to go, pig. You know what I mean?
I actually went for a ride. I was like, no, I'm not ready to stop.
I'm not ready to stop.
I know we were on bikes all day and it was hot, not nearly as hot that day, but I was like, no, I'm not done.
Yeah.
I'm not done. Went and rode a little bit longer. It was great.
The one thing that I respect most, many things, but one of the things that we stayed in contact with is you let me know I'm practicing. I'm practicing every day. And now I've become her check-in and check-in. I'm like, make sure if you're going on rides, just say, okay, I'm going to go. And she says, she sends me a text like, I'm going on the freeway for my first time. I'm like, who's with you? She's like, myself. I was like, okay, text me when you get back. You know what I mean?
Like when I send you my location, just know I'm going for a ride.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then like my first long ride, I had to go to a business meeting in Yuba City.
Yeah.
And so I did that
Yeah.
all by myself the first time. And it was beautiful. It was like early morning and it was chilly.
Yeah.
But riding back was my first wind gust experience.
Oh, yeah. How'd that go for you?
By the time I got home, I was like, oh shit, I didn't know those muscles worked anymore. Oh, wow. Like the muscle that you have to build up and the muscle memory you have to build up fighting winds and stuff like that was a surprise. We talk about it in class, but I was wiped out. It was only a 45-minute ride, and I was like done.
I don't even like motorcycles anymore.
I don't think I rode for 2 days after that.
Hold on, I'm gonna just make sure. I'm gonna flip this out here too. But no, this is perfect. This is great. Like I said, was saying like the amount that you would put in, the practice that you put in, right?
Yeah.
That's something that we preach all the time, and even us as coaches, we're practicing and practicing. Did you go anywhere like special? Did you have to go very far, or tell us like
on the practicing part?
Yeah, on the practicing part, like where like what was your practice routine?
My practice routine is actually, I really love it. So I live 4 blocks away from this parking lot that is under the bridge. Sacramento has their farmers market every Sunday, but nobody else really uses it during the week. There might be a car or 2 parked there. Yeah. So it's about 2 lights, a couple stop signs, and so on the way there, I'll do my emergency braking.
Yeah. Good.
And then when I get there, I'll just practice my right turns, my left turns, my U-turns and weaves, and then I'll go for a little ride.
Got you. How do you feel that the basic stuff, like your emergency stops, obviously, that makes my heart happy to hear you say that. But even just doing like your slow speed, practicing in a parking lot, what do you feel? How do you feel? Can you, by practicing the basics like that, do you feel more in control on your bike when you're just out on a ride?
I want to answer it with a story.
Okay,
because I thank God's for the training.
Yeah.
So I was going to go for a ride one day, but I was having a hard day, and I got on the freeway, and I was like, I'm just not feeling it, and that doesn't feel safe. So I'm going to head back home. And I got off at El Camino. Yep. Going to go back over the freeway. Yeah. You know how it has a little dip to the red light. Yep. And it just suddenly turned red, and I panicked, and I grabbed and I braked hard, and I locked up the back brakes, and I'm fishtailing, and I'm visioning me just losing it and sliding through the intersection and getting run over. And I don't understand it, but I corrected it, and I landed perfectly and straight forward and on the damn line. Nice. And I was just like, thank you.
There we go.
Because if I hadn't really, your words rang in my ears, practice. Yeah. And if I hadn't practiced, I don't think I would have recovered from that.
Good.
And then,
that's awesome.
So now the recovery, when that does happen, because it does, you panic when something happens. Sure. That recovery is even shorter now. Yeah. Yeah. But there's definitely some bike marks on that road from that nice little fishtail.
Sure. And I always say that you're going to deal with you're going to see all kinds of sketchy shit on there. Like, we went 2 Mondays ago on the 23rd, second day of summer. Like, it's second longest day of the year. It's June 23rd. So me and the boys, we rode over the summit, over up 88, down 89 to 395, and we were coming back to go over Sonora Pass over 108. Beautiful sunny day everywhere else, but we pull on the thing on the 108, and it's just black sky. And look at the boys, it's like we should probably turn around because I pretty much know what's going to happen to us. It's like that's the safest thing to do. And I'm like, what do you want to do? And then you guys seen it? They said send it, so we did. But 108 is not a messing around road. But we got snowed on, we got rained on. It was it was like we got rained on with those little ice, the crunchy ice pellets you get at AM/PM. It was pure misery. It was one of the greatest rides I've ever had. But my point being is all the practice I put in and the slow speed stuff gets me in control and confident of that. And because I can trust my training to get through a sketchy situation, the next sketchy way, it doesn't take the sketchiness away from it, but it just gives you the confidence to know that you can handle it. And that sometimes is...
That's it. Yeah. Like, especially like practicing those weaves, man, has already saved me from being hit. Yeah. Because these weaves at the spot, they're not like the cones and stuff. You can't see through it, which was what I really love because it brings that real world experience in it. Because when you're going around a cone, it's so much easier to see through the turn.
Oh, yeah.
But you've got these big pillars. Yeah. You can't. Yeah. But you still have to look to where you want to go. Yeah. And it's a little trippy. So it's just like avoiding a car.
Yeah, there we go.
And that has definitely saved me from people who don't see me.
Yeah. No, I think that's really good. And I can't think of anybody that has embraced this, and especially the training aspect of it as much as you. Like every time I get a text from Liv, out here practicing. I'm like, yes, you know what I mean? And then and to where we're at now, to where we started, is less than a month, right? Or just about a month.
Just about a month.
Yeah, just over a month
just
and that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And were there times, like, I guess you said that already, but there were times where you doubted yourself. You're like, hey, is this really going to be for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. But are you glad you stuck with it?
Hell yeah.
All right, cool, man. No, it's awesome. And Liv's gonna go take me to her training spot here in a little bit and that sort of stuff. And we can she'll show you what some of the stuff that she works on. And then we're gonna take a little bit of a ride. So you just got back from a pretty big trip, right?
I did.
All right, so tell me that story, the organization, and then why that was so important to you.
The thing is, okay. The story is a group of us were going down to San Francisco for Pride.
Yeah.
I didn't even know we were going to ride our bikes, okay? Honestly, I was like, no, I'm not ready for that. And everybody's, you can do it. Okay, fine. My partner and I were riding our bikes, and one of our friends couldn't ride her bike. She was taking somebody else home, so she was following us, and we even took turns riding bikes and driving the car and all that. And so it was super exciting because, oh crap, I'm going to go over the bridge.
First time riding in the city. City's not messing around.
No, and I didn't go too deep into the city, let's be fair. But like going over the bridge and it's a little windy, but not gusty. But it was like, I lost my shit.
Yeah.
I was cackling like you wouldn't believe. So cool. And of course, my partner could hear me cackling because I'm just loving it so much. Yeah. The view is so different.
Yeah.
It's so different.
It's such a pretty drive, and the bridge is amazing anyway.
It's beautiful.
Right?
Yeah. First we go over the Carquinez Bridge.
Yeah.
And then you go over the Bay Bridge, and then we go down into Daly City, and we're staying in a place that's right on the water.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So we're going out to Dolores Park in San Francisco, and that's like what they call Dyke Day.
Yeah.
And we just get to go and celebrate Pride.
Yeah.
And one of our acquaintances there, she's, hey, you have your bike. Are you gonna ride in the parade with Dykes on bikes? I'm like, come on now. What are you talking about? She says, no, seriously. I was like, that would be really cool. Is it too late? She's like, nope, they take registration even first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, shut up. No way. And so I was like, please just verify everything. I don't want to end up showing up and be disappointed and all that. And sure enough, we went there on Sunday morning and we registered and we rode with Dykes on bikes. That opens up the Pride Parade every year.
That's so cool.
And Dykes on bikes have been around for Pride for 49 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so next year, we're going to be there for 50th. And then like all the media taking pictures and the crowd and with how the world is right now and how impactful Pride is at the moment and how much more it means right now. It's just that joy and being prideful is a protest in itself.
Absolutely.
And to be a part of such a significant part of queer culture and queer history and opening up San Francisco Pride Parade.
Dude, that's
San Francisco Pride Parade. This is not my life.
That's like throwing out the first pitch on opening day, right?
Yes, exactly. It's just like that. So there's even pictures of us and video of us all over social media because Dykes on Bikes is super popular at Pride Parades.
Yeah.
San Francisco's kind of the OG of that.
Yeah.
And that was life altering.
I bet. Dude, it's giving me goosebumps.
It's going to make me cry like in a really happy way to be a part of something so amazing that something that I've wanted for so long could lead to things that I didn't even know I wanted.
That's heavy. That's super. I know. And I think everybody that rides motorcycles understands that because it's like I told you and the rest of my students said, if you can do this. Yeah. What else can you do?
If I can do it, anybody can. I just turned 50 this year. I took so long and did it. And
bear with me. When I say that she was on the struggle bus, she was on the struggle bus,
I was seriously struggling.
But that made me want to help you even more. And this is, as a coach, as a fellow rider, I always tell everybody you owe it to somebody to get to. What motorcycling has given me, I say that if it wasn't for riding bikes, dude, I'd either be in the cemetery or in jail. Right. And that's a fact.
I can understand that.
And I also tell people that when I ride my bike is the only time my brain finds peace. I'm free of my demons. I'm free of everything. And it teaches, the lessons that you learn teach you to be better, right?
Gosh, yeah. I don't think I've had that kind of peace in a long time.
Yes.
And it's so funny that it brings such peace when there's so much you have to think about.
Yeah.
All the time,
Yeah.
just to stay alive. But it's so peaceful, and that sunset hits, or that smell changes in this beautiful way, or little kids waving at you from the car.
Yeah. Oh, when like you give a red bomb.
Yeah.
I have this little kid I come around the corner, and he's like textbook. He's just excited. He stops what he's doing and jumps up and waves. And so every time I come down, I stop, put it in neutral. Dad walks out with him. I let him rev bomb the shit out of the bike and that sort of stuff. And that's kind of stuff that makes my day.
Yeah.
So within 1 month, struggle bus to a life-changing experience.
To a life-changing experience that I can't wait to do again.
But it wasn't. But you put in the work.
Yeah.
Every day you trained.
Because it was crazy too. I almost chickened out on Pride morning in Daly City. The fog was bad. It was wet.
Yep.
The roads are wet. The bike is wet. Everything is wet. It is cold. And I'm like, I haven't done wet yet. I haven't got to practice in wet. I haven't got to ride in wet.
Yeah.
This is scary. And I did it.
Yeah.
And so every little thing just amazes me because I didn't think I'd ever get there.
Got you. Let me ask you this question. With the motorcycle community and the Pride community, do you feel that how do you think those two tie together as far as acceptance and welcoming and that sort of stuff? If you wouldn't mind talking about that.
I think sometimes it's really isolated from each other because there's just so many stereotypes, I think, on both sides, right?
Yeah.
In perceptions of each other. So what I've found, though, is the women are really coming together and stuff like that. And I think knowing you and meeting you and getting to know you and some of your friends have opened me up more, open to talking to somebody who looks like you.
Me.
Because I may be very straight passing in the way I look, but I'm not.
Yeah.
And we're always in a protecting ourselves.
Understood.
And keeping ourselves in safe spaces, or we'll go to bike night.
Sure.
But maybe we don't really talk to people.
Sure. Absolutely.
Because we don't know how well we'll be received.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
And then somebody will start talking to you about a bike.
Yeah.
And then you forget everything.
And that's cool. You know, and I want to do my part about classic demographic of a certain and that sort of stuff. And I just want to, my whole thing is I just think that people are beautiful in general, and especially if you ride motorcycles, it's like we have something common to talk about. And if you ask questions and you get to know them, like you put your shoes on one side of mine, you start your bike the same way I do, and you experience, and now all of a sudden where we come from two different worlds, we realize how similar we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And then once you feel that you're similar, because I can't explain the temperature change or the things that you were telling to somebody else unless you've experienced it, right? That's super, super cool. So if you had some advice for the people that are sitting out there on the fence or a little nervous and that sort of stuff, if you could go back and tell you to give yourself a pep talk, if knowing what you know now versus 6 weeks ago, what would you say?
That I'm proud you bought the bike first, because I don't think you would have gone and done the course and rode.
Yeah.
Honestly, the fear was that deep.
Yeah.
So I think if there's anybody else out there who's just scared, do it. Buy the bike and then take the class, because you are committed now, financially committed. But if I can do it at 50 years old with the injuries I have and arthritis and the fear and the trauma, I really believe anybody can. And that it could really just be life-changing like it has been for me.
Yeah. And I agree with you, because if you don't do it today, you'll be one day older when you do it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So the more you wait, you're just waiting. Time's just passing.
God.
You know what? I even posted online, I don't know if you saw, I don't know if you read the caption in one of my posts, and it was, I'm sorry, I apologize to myself for taking so long to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm so glad I'm doing it.
I'm happy too. And like I said, I've had to, just meeting you and the connections that we've had and the conversations that we have, it means just as much like a proud coach, like a parent. Like, look at this girl out here going from, oh my God, I don't know, Liv, I don't know if this is going to be for you, to just know to bobbing over the Bay Bridge within a month.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you, go out, do it, get trained. Practice is so important. And even the small differences and that sort of stuff. And like I always say, like when you see a rider and you see a motorcyclist, like there's just something different about them, and they're just cool. They got some swag.
And there is that automatic connection.
Yeah.
And like when I got my first wave while I was riding.
Isn't that cool?
Yes. And I was actually able to wave back, you know, not petrified, and can let go. And I don't know, I celebrate every little thing.
Yeah.
Every little thing.
And like when I first started riding on the road, that's all I wanted to do is wave to people. I just waved to everybody. And everybody's like, who's this spaz? Like, whatever. So I was up seeing my old man up in Idaho, and I had my bike, like for whatever reason I wasn't on my bike. We were cruising up this canyon. I think we had to take the pickup up to the property and do some stuff or something like that. And I'm coming back down, and I see this pack of bikers or pack of riders riding up the canyon, and I forgot that I was in my truck, and I went to wave at them, and I didn't realize my window was still up. So I went to wave and banged the she broke me. I was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So that's good, man. No, I think your story is like the epitome of what I think every single rider out there that watches this or listens to this can relate to what you're saying.
Thank you.
And it's just, like I said, I brag you up all the time. Everybody's like, man, would you quit talking about how awesome it is? You know?
I think my partner gets really sick about bragging about my coach all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm so grateful that you were a part of my journey, and hopefully continue to be a part of my journey. Yep. I cannot wait to ride with you. Yeah. You're my brother now. Like,
hell yeah, sister.
You're stuck with me.
That's cool.
Brother!
Sister. Definitely think. I also think that the universe places people, crosses path, puts people in your path for a reason, and that sort of stuff. And I'm really grateful for the universe that our paths have crossed. And
me too.
Like I said, it's just I feel like you're an old soul. We've hung out before.
Oh yeah,
you
yeah,
know what it is
yeah.
that you want to
multiple lives probably in some form or another.
Sort of stuff. But no, I think, like I said, listen to Liv, get a bike.
Get a bike.
Go get trained.
Yeah.
Keep practicing and that sort of stuff. And speaking of practice, should we go? You want to go show us your bike? And
yes.
We'll
show you my practice spot.
And then we'll go show you some practice spots.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Liv, what you sitting on there?
I am sitting on a 2007 Sportster 1200C.
Nice.
That's stuff. Yes.
So she got a name.
She does have a name. Yeah. And there's some funny stuff about that.
Okay.
When I walked into the dealership, everybody's I was going to buy this bike. I didn't even notice it at first. Purple, black, all that. And it took a while after riding her, but I came up with the name Lunaria. And so that's like moon and flower magic together.
Okay. What is it about this bike that you like, or what are some things that you like about this motorcycle?
I always dreamed of having something totally chromed out, even though it's a lot of work to keep it up. The color scheme, the fit, the comfort, the forward controls. Yeah. I love the forward controls. It was when I went to see what fitted me, I went on every bike, and I had to keep coming back to this one because the handlebars where they sat were perfect, the forward controls were perfect, the seat feels good, everything about it just called my name.
Got you. For those of us who don't know, can you explain what forward controls are?
Oh, so instead of having your controls right up underneath you, they're in front, so you're not all bent up the whole time. It's just a lot more comfortable, which was actually hard to transition to from learning on the bikes at the school, because they're directly underneath you. I've ridden my girl's bike that is like that too, and this is much more comfortable for longer rides than riding the controls right directly underneath you.
So everybody always talks about, like, when you get on a bike that's meant for you, you just know.
Yeah.
Describe that experience sitting on here. How'd you know? Did the angels sing? Or
it was like, when I first sat on her, I was like, this is it. This is what I want. This is the one. I had the goosebumps. I wanted to finance, and because of the older bike, the banks know. Sure. They're trying to get me on other ones, because I always wanted a soft tail. Yeah. But thought I'd be too short. And the soft tails they had available, it just didn't fit. It just did not feel right. So I do feel like it was, this is the one. Like, there must have been purple light shining above me, and there's my niece.
Nice.
There must have been purple lights singing some kind of funk tune, saying that this is it.
Right on, right on. That's cool. I won't ask that question. Well, I will. Is there one thing that you wish that bike would do better?
Louder.
Louder. Louder. Yeah. Yep. Definitely a little bit. And I always tell everybody, make it sound like a motorcycle.
Yeah, and it does.
Yeah.
I think I've told you, like, the joke, my girlfriend's bike goes, and mine goes, look.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. cool. Should we go show me your practice spots?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Definitely.
We're gonna get geared up and we'll check in once we get to the practice spots. All right, here we are. We got Liv back there. Student's gonna take the teacher for a ride, so I'm following Liv. So we'll see you at the practice spot.
Right, okay.
All right, so we've arrived to the famous practice spot. So tell us a little bit about what's your routine over here.
Okay, my routine is I'll do a couple laps going to the left and then probably twice as many going to the right because that's my shaky spot. And then after that, I will practice the figure eights using these light poles over here.
Okay.
And I'll do them going from the right and from the left. And then I'll go back and forth between the figure eights. And then I weave through all these pillars.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's walk this step over here.
Yeah, and it's a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to take these corners really sharp to make it to the next one. And I've only accomplished it once, but I did it once. And so the goal is to keep doing it until I can do every one and then do it faster every time.
We got some authentic road hazards out here and that sort of stuff.
Always road hazards here, and parked cars and people.
Yeah.
And so I love that it creates that real road experience before you get on the road.
All right, cool. Let's go. I want you to show off a little bit. Show us what your routine is. No pressure, no pressure.
Yeah, that's the pressure.
Okay, cool. So here we are with Liv. She just did some warm up, nailed it. And now we're gonna do a little follow the leader, and we're gonna step up the challenge a little bit. We'll do some figure eights, and then we're gonna do some 360s. So you'll get the bird's eye view. Liv's gonna have the follow cam on her, and we'll check in when we're done. Good?
Yes.
Let's go. We made it to bike night over here. We did all right. This is probably the earliest I've been here. We don't have a whole lot of people here, but it is 112 degrees and basically hot AF. But for me, that was probably one of the coolest motorcycle things I've done. Taking her from the struggle bus to training to riding near to bike night.
Yes.
This is truly what the solo motorcycling is all about, and this one couldn't express it even more.
No.
Love you.
Love you.
All right.